I'm going to break down the exact system that I use to build Atlanta Concrete Company from $0 to $20 million per year. Okay, guys, I just want to take you through a brief overview of everything, especially kind of outline where we started at. So, in the beginning, um, we're really only a subcontractor to other concrete companies, only doing curb and gutter projects and some other uh, small flat work. We had absolutely no estimating process. We didn't even have an estimating software or really any idea how to estimate. We just worked on a day rate or a linear foot rate for curb, just labor only. And I knew these companies that we were working for were obviously getting contracts with builders and owners and general contractors. So I knew it was possible. And I was at that point when we decided to grow the company, I knew I had to figure that out. So, in building that system, at first, I had no idea how to estimate projects. And I went down the rabbit hole of reading books and taking courses and certifications so I could learn everything I could about estimating. And to be honest with you, most of it was a waste of time, especially when you're estimating for a specific trade. If you're estimating for a general contractor, that's completely different. But if you're trying to grow your company or estimator at a small contracting company, you know the trade better than any book will. So really, there's just a few things you need to know. But after diving down that rabbit hole, I came to estimating, and a bigger part or a part of estimating that most people don't realize, sales and business development was the most important part of growing this company. So I decided to go all in on this. To most of the contractors that were not growing or growing much slower, estimating was an afterthought, but we made estimating and sales a priority for the business. To do this, I really invested in learning, investing my time, some money into estimating software, and just some mentorship. So yeah, after I figured out how to estimate, or really the proper way to estimate to win projects, we had to find clients to estimate for. So um, we found that working with some people in our network, that with a great estimating flow, easy, and if we slacked on the estimate, like as far as details, scope of work, or just following up and answering questions, it was an uphill battle. And there are a ton of ways to find clients, and we did most, if not all of them. We used project databases online. We ran ads. We did SEO and web development, and even old school marketing and networking, like going to trade shows and showing up to general contractors' offices with donuts to give to the PMs. And ultimately, all of them worked, to be honest. But some of them just worked more efficiently than others. And we found that using the online project databases and SEO, which is just ranking your website number one on Google, was the most effective for us, both time and financially. Just to make a side note, some of the databases were like PlanHub, Building Connected, Dodge Network. There's a bunch of good ones depending on what your trade is and what style, what kind of sub industry you're working in of construction. We do mostly retail, so PlanHub was really good for us in the beginning, especially because they have a free trial. So after about a year of doing that, with this, it was just me. We had finally kind of had a well-oiled machine when it comes to getting jobs. We reached around 6 million per year on paper. In reality, it was more like 8 to 10 million with just me estimating. But the way that construction payments work, it's in the commercial space, it's weird. So I say 6 million. Um, we wanted to keep growing, but the problem was I was pretty much at my capacity when it comes to estimating and project management. But we didn't want to, hire another estimator for 100 plus thousand. And I had heard of some GCs and really big companies using VAs to help out with their takeoffs. So I decided it was worth a shot, and I hired some VAs and trained them slowly. It was not an overnight process, but I trained them on my thought process when it comes to concrete, how to price. Obviously, I'm still overseeing everything, but how to measure this and how to kind of add some cost to that. Um, and after they were trained, it was the best thing I could have done as far as the growth of the business, because now we had four of me essentially, and they were working 40 hours a week, and except they were only charging $5 an hour. And of course, after they were really doing good, I gave them raises and for performance. But it was amazing, and our sales for the year skyrocketed to over 20 million. And this team of me and the few estimators probably could do 25 to 30 before we needed to add another estimator, another VA. And then, so it's safe to say that each estimator can win about $5 million per year in concrete projects. I know other trades like plumbing is higher, like each estimator can win like 10 million, and some of them it's lower, like electrical and refrigeration, stuff like that can be like more like 2 to 3 million. So yeah, it kind of depends on your industry. Um, so lessons learned. The main lessons that I learned were that during the process, you want to collect as much data as possible. Obviously, you're doing that now. You're just doing it in your head, most likely, but just have it written down. So when you do go to hire the VAs, it makes the training process so much easier. You don't have to try to, install your brain into their brain. You just give them a document, and they can work off that. And it just try to be as detailed as possible, and that also um, will allow you to be a better contractor for your clients, for the GCs or builders, because you can tell them, hey, I can do exactly this amount of this work in this day. I can pour exactly 360 linear feet of curb and gutter in a day. I can do exactly 5,000 square feet of slab in a day, per crew. You can give them exact timelines, and you can give them very detailed estimates, which will in turn allow you to win more jobs and scale your business better, because even okay, I can take on this amount of work with this many people. I can, if I'm going to take on $30 million, I need to hire this and this amount of people, and this many project managers, this many superintendents, this many field crew. So yeah, number two, probably the most important lesson is don't bite off more than you can chew. Just go up on your prices. We are to this day still going up on our prices regularly because we're busy, and our clients love us so much and rely on us so much that we're still being awarded the projects, even if we go up in price. Um, the reason you go up in price is because if you charge 20% more and you still win it, well, you have 20% margin to sub that, at least 20% margin to sub that out to somebody else. All you have to really be is the project manager. So yeah, don't be scared to go up in prices if you're busy. It's counterintuitive for a construction owner a lot of times, because you think you're going to maybe ruin that relationship, you're going to upset somebody. But it's better to go up on your prices, and they either use you or have to use someone else, than for you to do a bad job, or uh, delay the finish of the project. So yeah, if you need any help setting up particularly like the VAs or the SEO work for your website, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram or shoot me an email. I'm always open to answer questions, or maybe we can work together.